Alright guys, hello. We're going to do a push-up challenge, and right here off the bat you'll see on the title what he gets done and the time in it. But we're going to do a push-up challenge. You're welcome to join us. And he's already done a tremendous amount of bag work, and we've had a very rough day. And the little guy you see right behind him on the floor is our German Shepherd, Rocky, who has been very sick today. So we ask for your prayers for Rocky. And so you ready to get started, son? And he's just going to take this thing and go in little sets here and time himself out and figure this thing out for himself. For those of you that's been watching all our videos, we yesterday, of course, he had some back issues coming off a weekend's rest, and so he hasn't been doing jump rope today nor yesterday. He did a back workout. You can go check that out, where he's bending at the waist. And that workout is what he does. It seems to work best for him to help his back when he has back issues. And we woke up this morning, and Joe took Rocky over to the park, and Rocky just came back limping very, very badly. And it started with one of his front paws, and ended up after about an hour or so, he was having problems in one of his rear paws, or one of his two legs. I went down and got some medicine for him, and we're going to fill this out through the day and the evening. We do have a 24-hour vet on standby, or on notice, that we may have to, if we have to take him down tonight. But we've laid around here pretty much all day long with him. We love Rocky very much. He's a baby for us. And we would appreciate your prayers for him. A lot of you guys know we've been going through such a hard time. We're in Colombia, South America. We don't want to be here. We're not here, neither of us, by choice. And we're hoping and praying to the good Lord at some point in November, getting out of here and getting back to the United States, where Joe can have a better life and better opportunity. So we're very somber today, which is unusual for us. Usually we're cocky and aggressive and all. Come here, baby boy. You need scratching over there. And get it for you. Help a fella, my baby. So we've been very, very somber here. No braggadociousness today. Just some sadness for our baby German Shepherd here. Joe, are you timing the whole thing, or do you want me to time the whole thing from the camera? Okay. And we are really hurting in spirit for Rocky today. I'm sure he's going to be all right. He got to feeling better maybe about an hour ago and trotted around some and even tried to play a little bit. Of course, we didn't let him play. We didn't move with him too much because we're him going through this. But I think maybe he just pulled a muscle or something, and maybe he's feeling better. Maybe he just and we're in South America, so this God knows there's every type of bacteria and filth known to man, and that diseased dogs running around, diseased cats, diseased people, spreading germs everywhere in this humid environment, and filth everywhere, and it's not good. So we don't know if maybe a insect, maybe a rare insect bit him. We checked him over, and I don't think so, but it's even possible a little snake got a hold of him out there. And these damn people don't know what it is to weed eat or mow up in this country. I mean, it's a real shithole, but I'm not going to get off on that today. So we're hoping to get back to the U.S. where Joe can get back into competing again. Of course, those of you that's been watching the channel, you know they let Joe do boxing league, which is their Olympic boxing comparable to our Boxing USA in the United States. And after he's 13, maybe he was right into 14, they stopped letting him compete because he's, in their words, too violent. And go figure. So we're hoping that he's just 17, so we're hoping that when we get him back, and I get it. I don't expect nobody around 19 or younger to be of his size or weight to be able to just go in and handle him to where he's got normal sparring partners and things of that nature. But at least when we get back, there'll be some better competition. And, if these organizations, these amateur deals in the U.S. deny him, we'll just sue them. Or just possibly skip the amateurs altogether. Of course, those of you that watch the channel, I'm fully well aware that if Joe makes the decision to continue, he's going to be a major, major world champion. Of course, you don't see that on the other end of the screen, I would suppose, like I do. And but hopefully we get back and get geared into that and see what happens. What you got now, son?
120 push-ups.
120? All right. So I don't know how much time has elapsed here. 7 minutes and 50 seconds. He's got 120, you said? So I don't know if we'll push on to 500 push-ups. Hell, he might sit here and push on and get 1,000. Which, if you go look back in our video list, you'll see where he's done 1,000. There'll be a few other videos back there where he's done 600, 800, 750, 900, and 1,000. And we are working at home right now. We've been asked by a lot of guys, new subscribers, if Joe works on the heavy bag, and we have a boatload of short videos where he's working on the heavy bag. And I haven't installed a heavy bag here this house because we're fixing to hopefully get back to the U.S. And we are. So he's doing the reflex bag. So he has been. We have went in the gym here and there, but I haven't felt comfortable enough to take a camera in there because we are at the verge of just really getting in a fist fight uh, over music and over just a whole host of things. You just Colombians don't play well together. Latinos don't play well together. They uh, typically in Latino culture, there's zero respect for the other person. It is 100% I, me, my. You even see these women, you think, oh my God, they're the nicest woman, nicest little old lady. Oh, she's like Mother Teresa. And then you get to know them and you find they're a little greedy snake in the grass. It's just hard to find a decent people in general in the Latin, uh, South American cultures. Of course, it's different. You get up into Mexico and things start changing. It's a different type of Latin American there and in a couple of other countries. But down in here and on the continent of South America, it's really a shithole. And Trump was right. You hit the southern border in the U.S. Everywhere you go south of there, it is a crap hole. Not very good places to live. And you got two classes of people, the extremely well off and the extremely unwell off. And there are people in the middle, but you don't have a middle class like you'd have in the United States. There's people in the streets with no legs begging for food. It's just an amazing thing. Very amazing. How many are you doing in the sets? 20 now? I think you should have backed that off to 15. I think you're going to hurt yourself on the count, but it makes no difference. And folks, really doesn't make no difference. What you want to get is the work rate in. The work is what it's all about. How many you got now, son? Yeah, yeah, because you've slowed up tremendously here on these last 40. You got 120 real quick. And what I try to tell guys is I'll leave a guy alone like I've left Joe alone. I mention one or two, three times, very spaced apart. You might want to watch how you do this. And the trick of this thing is you don't tell a young man and he gets down. So I've mentioned to him, hey, do 10 in a set. And he'll drastically like almost double the work rate in a lower amount of time. And the reason why I'll tell somebody and then back off of it is in the hopes that they will learn on their own. That you may have 12 full rounds you got to go through, and you've got to pace these things. Boxing's not about any general thing except outdoing the other guy from the start to the finish. And of course, we don't even operate on that basis like most folks do. We go in there to back you up and knock you out. That's the game plan. That's all the generalship and the knowledge and the tactics that we do. And of course, we got backup plans and we practice them daily. But the objective is to go in and take someone out as quickly as possible and get back to the house. And that should be the goal of all of them. And it's turning out that that's not the goal so much no more. How many minutes did you have in there, son?
13 minutes.
Well, I'd just wait, take you a little extra time here if you even need it, and I'd bump down to 10 or 15 and you'll get more. And you said 13 minutes or 15?
14 minutes.
Okay. Try to see what you can get in 25 or 30 minutes or 20 minutes. And I want to tell you guys, don't do dope. Be clean. I think you guys call it natty today, to be clean. And you need to be clean. If you're not, you're going to get caught. And we get asked all the time, is Joe, is he on something? And he's not. He just eats a lot more meat or poultries than most any other boxers and most people. The diet he's on is almost a carnivore diet, but not in the 100% strict adherence to it, but it's close to it. Not trying to get in ketosis and all these other things. Just trying to get a killer diet for him and to keep the protein intake up as naturally as we can. And most every day he'll have a protein shake, and we do creatine. And some people may ask, well, why would you do creatine? Because creatine is the most studied thing, a natural type of thing to benefit. In other words, it's not going to harm you. It helps brain function. It helps a lot of things, but it does help you retain fluid and muscular cell structure, which helps you stay hydrated longer during a competition. So we try to keep the creatine levels kind of up. Joe take 3 to 5 milligrams of that a day. Usually a 20 to 25 milligram protein shake, and then he'll eat about a kilo daily of either meat or poultry or a combination thereof. And then on top of that, in the morning, he has 6, 7, 8 eggs, scrambled eggs with some toast. I use real butter to do the eggs with. We like some scrambled. And I will butter the toast for him. And it's real butter, no margarine. You don't want nothing like that. And you want your food to be as clean and natural as it can be. If I fry his meat or the chicken, they're not using any type of seed oil. We are using meat oil, natural from beef fat or chicken fat, and that's what we use as our frying oil. And I'm so old, folks. I remember when the big heavy thing come out that this new thing, margarine, and the big ad blitz for things that had less fat in them. And I've been able to see that when they come out with those things, that people got fatter. Society's gotten fatter. So if you've got a lot of good natural fat going into you, in other words, non-processed fats, it'll help slim you up. And America, well, I was fortunate because one of my uncles was head of the Heart Association for the state I grew up in, and he would tell us, "Hey, they're pushing all this mess, but I'm telling you, This is all big business pushed, and you don't need to be doing all this stuff that they're telling you. But of course, the American Heart Association in its totality pushed all this bad stuff. And I do believe it's why we have Alzheimer's and more instances of Parkinson's disease and other brain-related neurological orders, is because my generation and the generation a little older than me, they had got no fats, no good natural, real unprocessed fats. It was all junk, man-made processed junk. So Joe's not sitting down here, maybe like you are as a teenager, and hope you're not, but he's not like eating Pizza Hut and Papa John's and Burger King and McDonald's or Wendy's left and right. About every other month, maybe I'll get. It doesn't say I don't make hamburgers, but see, I do it at the house, and I do it with a natural fed beef, and but every 3 months or so, I'll order Domino's pizzas, or really it's closer to about every 4 months or so. Or I'll take Joe and we'll go down to McDonald's, because we have McDonald's here, and we'll get a big sandwich and gorge ourselves. But it's probably about every 4 months, maybe 3 times a year, probably closer to 2 times a year, in all honesty. So if you do your body right, a lot of people are like, is Joe on steroids? Is he on these PEDs? Or there's some new PEDs, I forget what they're called, but they're not steroids. Maybe you people have heard of them. I just vaguely know of them, but they're not steroids, and a lot of people are using those things, and I'm like, no, we don't do none of that. Just eat good. Just eat good. And that's the advantage that the African American fighter had over other countries and had over white fighters in the U.S. Because those boys were sitting at home eating chicken, fried chicken, that mama was cooking in lard, which is natural beef fat oils, and or meats and things like that, because they couldn't afford to go out here and slam down at these restaurants and all this out to eat stuff. Now you see the blacks have terrible trouble even competing in Africa, in the African Americans in the U.S. A lot of them, as compared to my generation, because they're going and they're doing the same as the white people did back then, and they're all out here running to McDonald's and things like that. And, it was a day and time. These in the United States, the black mothers and fathers, if number one, a dad was working hard, he wanted to come home and get a good square meal, and number two, mama wanted to do that for daddy, and she wanted to make sure that her kids were getting a good, healthy amount of food. And even these guys, you see a lot of these guys, they ain't even working hard. And you look at them and they're built like a brick house. How much time you got, son?
Uh, 23 minutes.
All right. Well, how many do you have right now? All right. You don't go on to just 25 minutes and hit 300? Just get them done in 25 minutes, and we can say, hey, 25. And Joe's really not working that hard here. And we have been, we've had the problems with Rocky today. Yesterday, Joe was off the weekend layoff, was real stiff and problems with his back. And then Joe's also had a lot of allergy problems, but you can see Rocky's still got a limp going on, and just any prayers from anybody for him would be greatly appreciated. And much love to you folks that would think enough of us and think enough of Rocky to give him a prayer. You know, you always have to worry about hip dysplasia with German Shepherds and Rottweilers and several other breeds. And least little thing, if he hurts himself, I start panicking over that. He's 7 years old now, and he's been very healthy. He got sick several times, but you're starting to whine right now. You're crying, aren't you? I hope they can hear you in the background, because that's my boy, always crying. Yeah.
What, 300?
Got 300. Did you get them in?
24 minutes and 50
All right.
seconds.
So we got, what'd you get, 300, you said? All right, 325 minutes. Glad you joined us for the ride. We're going to stop it here. I'll probably take Rocky out. Y'all can see he's feeling a lot better than he was. He was limping very bad this morning. And just some prayers, we certainly would appreciate it. He hasn't been suffering from any hip dysplasia or anything. And if you hear him crying here in the background, that's his normal self. That's how he just talks to us. So I don't think he's crying out of pain right now. But much love to you guys, and please say a little prayer for him. And we hope everybody has a good rest of your week, and we will catch you later.